What's up, you amazing human? Have you always wanted to tow your friend, your loved one behind a kite? We're gonna break it down today, how to tow behind a kite. Let's do it.
So, a few really important tips for towing. One, you gotta have a leash. A dog leash works great. This was Damien's idea. It's buoyant, it's easy to hold, and lovely. It clips right onto your normal leash. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is have a friend like Damien who's willing to do it. Tip number three, make sure you rig the right kite size. You really don't need too much power to tow. With 2 hydrofoils, I was on 8 meter on a surfboard underpowered, and it's gonna be more than enough kite, if not too much, to tow 2 people on foils. So definitely don't rig too big. You can get going in pretty light winds with foils, so take advantage of that.
Welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel presented by Gwen, Damo. That's what we're here for, sharing the message, inspiration, and hopefully giving you some knowledge and some learning on how to live a better life. Okay, today we're gonna go over how to tow your friend, family member, loved one, friend. Go out there and tow behind a kite. How do they do that? How do the pros do it? And what does it take? And can I do this? Well, first off, you need to know how to kite surf. Definitely helpful. Definitely good to have a friend or family member who wants to go do this, because they may crash, but that's part of it. So let's break it down. How do you attach everything to go out and tow and do this? So I recommend using your quick release on your leash, which is an easy safety eject. You can attach it to the back of your harness. You either have 2 rings on the back of your harness, or you can tie a rope to the back of your harness, and you're looking for about 6 to 8 feet. You don't want to go super long with the rope or line, and the reason why, the longer you go, when the person with the kite dives the kite, he actually may go levitating up because you're like an anchor in the back. So you kind of want that position to be a little bit smaller so that they're not fully launching out of the water when they dive the kite. But that also helps on your positioning, and I'll go into that more in depth. So in theory, we're looking for about 6-foot rope, line. Nice to have a handle on it, sure, great. All that helps. Now, what really helps is to be on foils, because it's more efficient. So towing on a foil is gonna be easier, but you both have to know how to foil. Towing on a twin tip, on a surfboard, you're just gonna need more wind, because there's a lot more drag from a twin tip or a surfboard. So you wanna make sure whatever you're choosing, you have the right power. Now, with a foil, you can use smaller size kites, because you don't need as much power because of the foils. Now, if I'm gonna tow you on a twin tip, definitely gonna rig a big kite. I'm gonna have a lot of power. The person in the front who's flying the kite is gonna have a lot of juice. The guy in the back, he's along for the ride. But the guy in the back can really help make the towing easier by knowing the wind conditions. So let's just say we're looking right here at the camera. The wind is blowing straight down the beach. When I line up to tow somebody, if I'm the one flying the kite, the wind's right at my back, I want to line my buddy a little off to the side. If I'm going to go, we'll call it to my right or to your left, but I don't want to be straight behind, because what happens is when I dive that kite, I'm going to load up behind him, and he's actually going to pendulum right to this side where that kite dove. So what you want to do is turn a little bit to the side so that when he dives the kite, it pulls. You both can kind of pull in the direction of the kite. It really helps, because if you're a little offset, what's going to happen is the kiter is going to go lifted right to the side that you're going to go, depending on which side that is. So it's very important, if you see your kiter person tower launch to this side, you know, keep him there, put yourself there, do the dive again, and it's going to help get up easier. But if you transition yourself in a way where he may fly across the whole thing, that's just because you guys are offset. So let me break that down again. We want to be angled with kind of the direction of the wind that you're going to go. So you kind of want to turn yourself. If he's going to pull you to this direction, I want to turn myself so that when he dives that kite, we can kind of get up and go that direction. I don't want to be offset, or else I'm going to launch in a direction. Second, super important tip. when you're towing somebody. The guy in the back, you want to get up as efficient as you can. The more stress you put on the guy in the front just makes it harder for the tower. He's trying to steer the kite. He's got a weird leverage on the back. So the goal for the guy in the water is actually to be kind of go with your friend who's towing you. Try to make his life easier. So try to get up as easy as possible and steer with him. If I edge super hard against him, he's like brakes on the kite surges to the corner. So you kind of want to work with him. You more than likely are going to be a kiter. So hopefully you'll know those conditions on when he's diving. Now the other important thing is the kiter can actually loop the kite or do a little more tension if the winds are a little lighter to generate more pull to just get the person up onto that board planing, then you both can get going. Because sometimes the hardest part is just to get up out of the water. And sometimes it may take keeping that kite looping to generate enough pull to get you both up, then you lock into the direction you're going and both of you guys can get up. It definitely helps to have the guy in the back very knowledgeable on edging with you, feathering behind you. It's a game of working together. It's not a game of one person tows, unless if it's super duper windy. Now, more importantly is don't load your friend up who's towing you and let go of him. It's not ideal. He doesn't like that. And more than likely, you're going to get that back when you tow him. So just remember that one. Another important point is, look, when you're getting up, really try to just have your board, twin tip, foil, whatever it may be, get up as efficient as possible to make sure it's easy for the tower who's flying the kite. Best size kite, I like riding bigger kites for sure, especially on twin tips and surfboards. I would say for foil, no question you can get away with a 13 and down, but I would say that's skilled athletes, skilled kiters being able to tow. But I would say, look, you can tow your friends. And as the world evolves into foiling, there will be more people towing because there's more swells to be ridden, more waves to be had, and a lot more people willing to get towed around into a wave than you can imagine. So have fun with it. It's definitely something you'll love to do, and you'll probably spark a little interest in the beach, and by the end of it, you'll be charging, taxi rides across the water and catching waves. So, it's something that could be done. Maybe I just started a business. That's a new business. Call it Foil Tow Service from the Damo and Gwen Show. Just started right here. Note that in your calendar. Okay, sorry, I got way off track. Look, this is something that's super fun. You should go out, have a good time with it with your friends or family or loved one, whoever it may be. It is a fun thing to do. You can do it with your kids. You can throw them on a boogie board or a surfboard and tow them. Most important thing is make sure you got enough skill on a kite that you're not going to go hurt somebody. We're not out to hurt anybody in this video by all means, but it's a lot of fun. You can catch some great rides, and it's a great thing to do with somebody. So hopefully that kind of helped you with the gear that you need, the angles you should do. The next thing is I wouldn't recommend it on onshore conditions. It's really hard. I recommend side shore conditions for sure. Side shore winds is super helpful. Flatter conditions makes it easier, but if there's waves and you want to get to them, that's the goal. On that note, we're going to leave with this message. Smile, pass on happiness. Look, our world can be super negative. I want everybody out there, look, smile, be happy. No matter how bad things are going, life is still there to be had, to learn things, to do things. So go learn, do it, share it, be happy, enjoy the ride. Not everything's going to be perfect, but you can do it. We hope you have the best life, year, live your best 2021. And thanks for liking and subscribing. Until next time, we love you.